We are joined tonight by a very special guest. Well, I should say we're Big Dumb Monsters, of course. I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
And we are joined by a very special guest tonight, Nightmare Kristy Adams, all the way from Las Vegas. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Right before we turned the stream on, we were talking about Kristy's setup, and she was showing us all the cool stuff. She had Halloween 3 stuff, and
let's see.
Yeah, it's like we have cool stuff, but
all of our cool stuff is off camera, like off to the side over here.
Yeah, all we have is like display.
Yeah.
Oh, and our TV turned off.
Well, thank you. We're trying. We have to fix that. All of our we're trying to get one piece of memorabilia for every episode, and
it's never gonna happen.
No, it's never. We were close for a while.
Yeah,
and then we just outpaced it. But we have a lot of cool stuff that we need to actually put on camera.
There you go. I like that. I like your table. Is that a table?
No, this is it's a tablecloth and like a big giant mouse pad with
I love that.
all kinds of horror stuff on it.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. I like your setup. I think it's great.
Yeah, see, she likes her setup.
And the TV's back on.
And the TV's back too. All right. Our special effect.
I love
that. We drag that to comic conventions, and it's always a hit for some reason.
For some reason, people love the TV. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of poltergeist-ish, or maybe even Halloween 3 if you play the commercial song.
Yep. Those silver shamrocks.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not even a hot take anymore. I think this is the popular internet opinion. Halloween 3 underrated.
Yeah,
not just as a Halloween movie, but as a horror movie.
No, it is a good movie.
Yeah,
it's just not a Halloween movie.
Yeah, people were mad about that for years.
If it was called Silver Shamrock, it'd be everywhere. Nobody would ever have a problem with it.
Or they could have just. I guess they could have just called it Season of the Witch, but they were trying to do the trilogy thing. So then they just stuck with Halloween, I think, because Michael Myers became so popular. So they just stuck with that and just was like, whatever. But then it backfired on them until now. Now we all love Halloween 3.
Well, what it was if the original idea was for it to be an anthology series, right? So it was Michael Myers in the first 2 and then do whatever after. And then, we got the glory that is Tom Atkins. So,
well, we weren't even supposed to get the part 2 either. Michael Myers, they did the first one and they did H3.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes. Michael Myers became so popular, then they were like, oh, well, maybe we'll scratch that idea. And then that's when they decided to do the part 2 to go off of Halloween. And then they're like, okay, well, I guess we have this other movie, so let's just release it as part 3. And that's how it went.
Yeah, I did not know. For some reason, I thought 1 and 2 were filmed almost at the same time. I don't know why I got that opinion.
But not quite.
Okay. Huh.
Rad.
There you go.
Yeah, we didn't do a proper introduction. I was going to say, if you're not familiar with Kristy, she is the co-owner of Nightmare Toys. If you are on horror Instagram, you are most likely familiar with Kristy. Check her out at Nightmare Kristy, or check out Nightmare Toys at Nightmare Toys.
And Nightmare Cafe.
Oh yes, yeah, Nightmare Cafe. we were in my wife and I were in Las Vegas in 2021, and I remember seeing your store, and I regret that we didn't have time to get there. Now that I'm looking at all this cool stuff, oh, that was a missed opportunity.
Well, now we have the restaurant open, so now you come back, then you can just do both now.
All right, there we go.
Eat, drink, and shop, one spot.
We're fans of all 3.
Yeah. Is it all? It's all in one. So it's not separate facilities.
Well, it's separate, but it's next door to each other, though. But we have separate doors. Yeah, it's next door, but but there are separate doors, though. We didn't do the whole. We thought about doing a little walkway through, to connect it. But then, if you really think about that idea, it's not a great idea, because now you have a space where people can maybe grab something and then walk over to the other spot if no one's watching.
Yeah.
And we're like, maybe we shouldn't do that. So we just decided to have the 2 separate doors, front doors, and
put metal here, have the merchandise detectors with the tags,
right?
And then, when they go through and it goes off, then you see the real House of Horrors, the bars come down,
and it'd be a scream or something instead of I don't know. No, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, now we're getting ideas.
Security guard is dressed like Jason Voorhees.
Right.
But yeah, you are, a huge horror fan, as anyone who's followed your Instagram can see, or obviously you've opened a giant store and restaurant connected to horror. How did you first become interested in horror? What kind of pulled you in?
Michael Jackson's Thriller video, like literally. That's just like was my first thing that was scary that I watched, but yet exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
I was also at that time, I was also getting into dance and stuff too. So that it just kind of went hand in hand that I loved the horror and the dance and all the whole thing, the whole Thriller video thing.
All of it there.
Yeah. And they came out with the making of Thriller, and that
I was just gonna say, when I was a kid, I had that. This is how old I am. I had that on beta.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Oh, did we? No. That's how old I am too. That's how I watched a lot of my movies. I had a beta machine in my bedroom, so
yep.
I get it.
We never had beta. But
my dad hung in there on beta well into the 90s. Like,
oh God,
he thought it was coming back, man. Like, yeah.
No, I had mine well into the early 90s as well. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had the cassette, like the video, and then I think it was like a 2-hour making of documentary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you that's how I got interested too. Like one of the things that got me interested in horror was that.
Well, that was all
got me interested in special effects too.
Yeah, there was it was Rick Baker, right? And there was
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was there was a big section of him doing the makeup stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. He did
and the werewolf. There was a big section on the dance thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole thing. It's just fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went from there. I'm not sure what I had watched something after that, but my memory though, I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And the weird thing, this is the weird thing. I watched it with my parents.
That's a weird one to watch with your folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the undertones in that one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think we realized that back then. I don't know if my parents did, because my parents weren't really into horror, but they knew I was. My mom did like Stephen King. She would do Stephen King stuff. But I remember us watching that though together, and I do remember them saying "close my eyes," and I guess it was probably at the scene where spanked and stuff. But yeah, and then I loved Freddy Krueger after that, and then it just kind of really blew up for me. Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, and everything else.
I talked about this a couple episodes ago. That was a movie I had secretly recorded on tape when I was a kid, because I used to I had HBO in my room. My parents were kind of lax in supervision, so if I wanted to watch a horror movie, I'd tape it at night and then watch it later on.
Yeah,
and that was one that I had on
Elm Street 2.
3.
Oh, 3. Yeah,
Dream Warriors.
I had all 3. My parents recorded all this stuff for me. See, they didn't they were just if you're in your room doing that, fine, and you're not out doing something
you're not
else,
getting into trouble.
Yeah. But my older sister, I don't know why, but every time she would barge in my room without asking, and I'm watching a horror movie, it was always on some sort of sex scene or
every time,
or something. And then she'd go out to my parents and yell at them, "Why are you letting Kristy watch this stuff? You know what she's watching in there?" And this is what they would say to her: "Go back to your room and leave Kristy alone."
Yeah. The old
get yelled at for snitching.
The old chestnut of mind your fucking business.
Right. I mean, just leave her alone. Just whatever. And then here I am today. So thank God they let me watch that stuff.
Yeah.
My parents were more or less the same way. My dad loved horror, so he would have stuff recorded, and I would watch it, or he would rent movies and I would watch them when he wasn't paying attention, like 80s parents did.
Yeah.
So Hellraiser was the first movie I ever watched. We had episodes of Tales from the Crypt on VHS. And he would even watch horror movies with me and stuff. So nothing was ever really off limits. So it was the raddest thing ever. And he was super into hair metal. So it's I had the full 80s package.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. My dad was into Elvis. So.
I mean, Elvis is awesome too.
Yeah.
He's not Don Dokken, but you know,
like,
whatever.
No,
who among us is?
Speaking of which, Dokken just put out a new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be playing here in Vegas sometime soon.
I think they are like a Vegas mainstay, aren't they? Like they've
done it before, and then they were supposed to do a concert when COVID happened, but that one got canceled, obviously. But yeah, they usually do it on Fremont Street.
Didn't they used to play like at that theater, like around Utica, like the Chance Theater?
Oh, I don't know.
Like way back, like this is not like that way back, but like maybe like early 2000s, like
maybe.
Yeah.
That
is.
The Chance is in Poughkeepsie, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
So what would you say, I guess, is your this is always a hard question to answer. I know I never answer like what's my favorite, like anything, but what do you think is your favorite horror, like property, character, whatever?
Character. Okay. So again, growing up, it was always Freddy. But now, I mean, I kind of don't like have like a main favorite, but it kind of seems like I really love Chucky merch. I love Chucky.
Really?
Love Chucky. And
that's really another character that's getting like another resurgence like lately.
I love Chucky, and I do love Ghostface merch too. So I don't know. Chucky, Ghostface, Freddy.
That's the
thing. Annabelle, I love like, Annabelle. I don't know, y'all.
When I was a kid, I really liked all the Child's Play movies.
Well,
like 1, 2, and 3 were the only ones that were out at that point. But like, as I grew up, I just grew further and further away from Chucky. Like, I don't know, it seemed, I don't want to say silly, but like,
your taste changed.
It wasn't. Yeah, it didn't have that impact. Like, he doesn't seem scary anymore because they took away all the voodoo stuff for a while, and it was just like kind of whatever.
The Chucky series is fun though. But I get you. You know, I had the opposite thing because I was just like, oh, okay, Child's Play when it came out and I was a kid, and I was just like, okay, that's cool. And I like it better now. So I have the opposite thing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I like dolls, though. I like doll movies. So
I want to say my older brother had a good guy doll.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like when I was younger, like Jason was always my favorite, like, you know, horror like character, like monster, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, that kind of just as I grew up, like it just changed. Like, yeah, you know, like I like other things. Like now I'm like, you know, Godzilla 100%, like all the way.
Yeah.
But you know, just things change over time, like, you know.
Yeah.
Jason was easy to like because it was on TV all the time. Like every Friday the 13th, they would have a marathon on like USA
all the time.
Yeah, there's always a cheap Halloween costume too.
Yeah.
I love Jason.
Yeah, he's so fun. I just recently have been like watching through the series again, and I'm like,
oh, nice.
These are some nasty kills.
Yeah.
There's actually like a really disturbing scene in, oh boy, I want to say it was 4, where Jason is like killing a guy in the basement, but like you're hearing him say, he's killing me. I'm like, this is fucking dark. Like beyond like the cheesy.
This is just making me sad.
Yeah, I'm depressed now.
Yeah, that's a franchise I really wish they would do something with. Like it's you know, the last thing we got was like what, 2012, the remake? Or was it like
13?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which video game?
Oh, the video game. That was but that was gone like pretty quickly though, wasn't it? Like
some people still play it. They're actually shutting down the servers on that like pretty soon.
Yeah, like really soon.
Yeah.
I thought they did already.
I love that remake.
I did too.
Yeah, I just watched it again recently.
It's got everything that you want in a Friday the 13th movie. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
There you go.
Got, you know, Jared Padalecki.
Right? Totally agree.
Yeah, I don't know if I had to pick like a series of movies that was like my thing. I mean, I would probably have to go with Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I like the silliness. I like the brutality of it. The creative kills and stuff. They get real samey after a while, but like supernatural horror is really my thing these days. Like, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Exorcist, yeah. Love Exorcist. Have you met Linda Blair?
Have not.
No.
Did a con
you
with
say
her,
that
yeah.
as somebody who has.
We did a con with her like way back.
She came in the store. She did a signing at the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty amazing for me.
I imagine you've had some like really spectacular people through that store.
I've had a lot of people. It's been crazy. Like just last week, well, the second I had Joe, Bob, and Darcy for the second time.
Oh, we said I wanted to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very jealous.
And I mean,
are they the nicest people ever?
Yes.
Because I want to believe that they are.
They are. Yes.
Yeah.
She's just as sweet and he's just as cool and just as talkative and they're just like they are on the TV. Yes, they are.
Amazing.
Yeah. And both times I've had the best turnout too at the store for them. So that was really good.
Yeah, they have a really hardcore devoted fan base. Like he's been dragging fans along for 30 years now.
Yes, since like the 90s. Yes, it's TNT.
Yep.
Like even before that, when he was like writing reviews.
Yeah.
And writing books.
He's been doing that since like the 80s, I think.
I think so,
yeah. No, we keep trying to like push him as a guest with this con that we work with. Like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. Like,
oh, they'll do it, I'm sure.
We just have to talk management into
yeah.
This is another thing I like to say about them too. As big as they are, at least to me, I think they're huge. Again, I've been watching Joe Bob since the beginning. So
in our community, they're
huge part of my life. But they don't charge much for autographs and stuff though, and I find that
that's really cool.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, because you get a lot of people who are like, they know that they can charge.
Yeah, that'll be $50 for a selfie on your phone. Like, whoa,
which is insane. But
yeah, they're very reasonable. They're like anywhere they can like $30.
Yeah,
like an autograph, and that's nice.
For
most people are
signed, that's really good.
Yeah.
Of all like, you have people into the store for signings and stuff quite frequently. Like, does it ever like get tiring? Does it ever just become work, or is it still like, are you still like blown away by the people that you get to meet? Just from doing this.
Oh no, I'm still blown away. Like it's still because I'm still a fan too at heart. I'm a fan just like everybody else, and I still just get blown away every time.
Like so you're not getting jaded by it. So it's not just like just another day at the office.
Yeah, no, I'm having fun with it. I love it.
That's awesome. It's a trap you can fall into when you work in like what you love, like because then it becomes the thing. It becomes the job that's bugging you. Like yeah. Do you have anybody left on your like dream guest list that you would still like, haven't gotten into the store that you would love to get in?
Oh yeah, of course. I would love to have, like Robert Englund, Bruce Campbell,
that'd be a good
Brad Dourif, Cassandra Peterson, Elvira. I'd love to have them, but not sure if that would ever happen. They're a little out of my pay range. So
is Cassandra Peters is she still doing stuff? I know she's
pretty sure she is. Yeah,
very little though.
Retired the wig.
Oh, really?
Maybe not officially, but
I don't think she's like character anymore.
She's toned it way back.
Yeah, she's just being Cassandra herself, and she's only doing just a few cons a year, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, and not to be negative, but she's getting up there in years, so she probably just doesn't want to keep traveling and doing all this kind of crazy crap.
Yeah, I mean, it gets tiring. It really does, having to travel here and there, and then at some point you're like, where am I?
Well, I mean, I've seen some people who are like still on the con circuit, like well after the time they should have hung it up, and it gets sad, like and rough after a little while. Like when they're like, you can tell they're just being like herded from place to place by like a family member or something. Like they really,
I can think of somebody right now, but
I'm gonna say there's about two people who I just immediately thought of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Once we're off the air, we'll have to exchange.
Yeah.
Chris almost killed one.
Oh yeah, I almost accidentally. Well, it wasn't my fault, but like I was like this close to being responsible for the death of Basil Gogos. Not my fault. I caught him in time. I had gotten hired to like escort him and his wife from their house and their apartment in Manhattan to this convention we were doing up here upstate, and we had stopped at like a rest area on the way, and like I'm helping him out of the limo, like to get to go into the rest area, and like after I let him go, like he's walking, and he just trips and stumbles, and like it's just like the whole thing was like in slow motion, like even in my mind now, like I just see him going down, and I'm just like, like no, yeah.
Oh,
like not on my watch.
No.
yeah, no.
My God, that guy was an amazing painter.
Yeah, that is one of the highlights. I've said this before, I'll say it again, of my podcasting career, was getting to interview him, like, and just talk about like just monsters and like his love of monsters and painting. Like,
yeah,
that was great.
That's awesome.
What else? Like, tell us about the store a little bit. How did you get started with the store?
Okay, so in 2017, me and my boyfriend Philip Martin, he is the other owner in this. I had a job. I just kind of like needed to quit, and I told him that, and he was like, he owns other businesses, so he's the business guy behind all of it. I'm the horror person, and he was like, well, let's just open you up a little store, a little horror collectible store, because that's what you like to do, blah blah blah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, and it's supposed to have been just something to do. Here we are.
The hobby becomes the job.
Something to do blew up. But yeah, I mean, and that's literally how it went down. And we lived in Alabama at the time, Huntsville, Alabama. And so I opened a little 2,000 square foot store. And
I was thinking that wasn't a Nevada accent.
No, but I'm not even from Alabama though either. I'm actually from Illinois. I was born in Illinois.
All right.
But then I moved to Texas and then Alabama, but yeah, and then Vegas. But Philip's from Alabama. But yeah, so we had a little 2,000 square foot store, and I just kind of sat there, in Alabama. Not too many people are coming into that store, but I got the online built up though. The online got crazy after a while, and then it kind of just became a place where all just kind of storing all the inventory for online. So we were like, hey, we need to get the in-store going too, because really the only time I was busy there was Halloween and Christmas time, and that was really it. Otherwise, not a lot of people were going in the store there. So we would already come to Vegas for other things because of his other businesses, for other conventions and things. And we always loved Vegas. So we were like, you know what? We should just move the store to Vegas because there wasn't anything horror here. And you think there would be, but there wasn't. There's collectible stores, yes, but not just horror.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just move it to Vegas and let's see what happens. And so we did. And in 2020, and we opened June of 2020 here in Vegas, right in the middle of COVID.
Rough time to do anything like that.
But it was good. I mean, it was great. Yeah. Like it didn't.
The online probably helped a lot. Like the fact that you had built up that presence already. Like,
right. We were already built up, so people were ready for it. And then at that time, people were ready to get out of their house for a minute too. So we were having people coming over from California, driving the however many hours from California just to come to the store.
Yeah. Well, Vegas never really shut down, right?
I'm sorry?
Vegas never really shut down that much, right?
No, it shut down. It got really weird around here. Like I've never seen it. It's like, the strip and everything was shut down. It was for a while. Yeah, it got really, real weird. But yeah, so we did that, and that obviously went really, really well. And then his brother and his wife moved here as well. And again, they all own other businesses in Alabama. And his brother was like, well, let's do a bar. So we added them in with us. So we all kind of own the bar, the restaurant. We all own Nightmare Cafe. And so, so we were like, let's do a spooky bar restaurant too next to it, just to add something else to it,
Yeah. Make it an experience. Like if people are traveling to see it. Yeah.
Right. So we had that idea, and then I named it. Do you know why I named it Nightmare Cafe?
Why?
The 1992 series Nightmare Cafe with Robert Englund. And obviously Nightmare Cafe goes with Nightmare Toys. So
I totally forgot that was the name of the Nightmare on Elm Street show.
Nightmare Cafe, 1992
There was
series.
Freddy's Nightmares, and then there was also Nightmare Cafe.
Oh, Freddy's Nightmares is the only one I knew of.
Yeah.
Nightmare Cafe didn't last long. It only lasted 6 episodes.
Yeah, Freddy's Nightmares didn't last.
I think that lasted like a full season, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
2 seasons. Yeah. I was a big Robert Englund fan.
Oh, really?
I like Robert Englund, but Freddy's Nightmares was not good.
It was, some of the stories were okay. They were hit and miss. It was nice to see him in between the stories, though.
I'd say at least he showed up in that on like Friday the 13th, the series, which had nothing to do with Jason Voorhees.
It wasn't even in that universe. Nope. It was like it
was basically like Needful Things, except like with the name of Friday the 13th.
Exactly. But yeah, so we had that idea, and we were supposed to open that in 2021 in October, but with COVID happening, there were things that we couldn't get shipped to us, which were like these glass garage doors that are in the front of our restaurant to open up to the sidewalk to open outside. We couldn't get those for a whole year.
I'm shocked that it was only a year.
A year and a fryer. We could not get a freaking fryer. So we didn't open until 2022, October 2022. So we've been open, the restaurant's been open for, a year now. So, and going good.
Oh,
busy.
It's a good thing that I don't live anywhere near this because I would never have money or I would never be anywhere else.
Yeah, a lot of
we have the website up here, and like it's just like it's so tempting to start like scrolling through stuff.
Yeah, the food is amazing. So obviously, with us being from Alabama, the food is Southern food and bar food. Our chicken and waffles, which is our Blair Waffle Project, is our most popular. And
my wife sounds like she's a fan already.
You heard my noise that I made in this corner.
Yeah, they're black waffles, but you can opt to get regular waffles too if you didn't want the black. And then you get like a little red syrup sauce, and that's probably most popular.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you do have the Kristy lemon drop on there too, because that's what I drink, are lemon drops. So the Kristy lemon drops on there.
Nice specialty cocktail.
Yeah.
We have a lot of specialty cocktails. The cocktails are fun.
Are they all like mostly horror themed?
Everything is spooky horror. Yep.
Everything.
Look, you can check it out on our Instagram, Nightmare Cafe, and there's pictures of all the drinks and food and stuff on there.
Oh, sweet. When you get guests in through the store, do you bring them over to grab some food and some drinks at the cafe as well? Or you just kind of let them do whatever they want?
If they have time, they've gone over there, or sometimes if they don't have time, they'll order something and I'll bring it over while they're doing their signing. They'll have some little snack of food or something, an appetizer. And then like Alex Vincent and Brett Wagner, both of them, we did the signing at the store for a couple hours and then at the restaurant for a couple of hours. And that worked out really well for both of them to do that. So we've done that too.
Yeah, I'm sure guests like that more than just like, oh, can I grab you something from McDonald's? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no. And then every other Thursday, we have horror trivia. So that's going on tonight. This is Thursday, right? Yes.
No, it is Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
That's going on tonight. So we have our Thanksgiving trivia tonight, and we are giving away for prizes the Thanksgiving posters, movie passes, and other really cool Thanksgiving merch.
Awesome.
I forgot that's coming out. Like,
the Eli Roth.
Yeah. And then every other Thursday is horror bingo.
Oh, sweet.
We need to move there.
Yeah. How does one make bingo spooky?
Yeah.
We have more. On Sundays, every Sunday is our brunch show. The brunch show is interactive. We have like a little guy in the Ghostbusters thing that comes around giving you mimosas and dancing, and it's like a whole Cirque du Soleil type show. So it's not like burlesque in the way of taking clothes off. It's not that. It's family friendly. It's fun. And then add a night show on Friday and Saturdays. Actually, tonight they're going to do a little run through. And this is going to be a little more adult-ish type show. It's going to be people sticking nails in their face, the freak show type stuff. Well, we're going to have that show starting every Friday and Saturday night too at the cafe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Didn't we do a con with a guy who used to like let us staple money to him?
Yes, we did a convention.
If I can keep the money, you can staple money to me.
Like it was like you could pay like to hit him with like a
with a frying pan.
Yeah, like a frying pan. Like it was like
Tom and I like beat the shit out of that guy.
Hit him with a frying pan. Oh man.
Yeah.
Like anywhere? Like what?
No, I'm sure it was like you could hit him like at the back or something. Like
okay.
Yeah.
In the face.
Okay, according to my wife, you could have hit him in the balls with a frying pan.
Oh.
But like, yeah, we were whacking crap out of that guy.
I'm sure it would have been like triple digits for the price, but
I imagine it looked like a Gigi Allen show. For sake.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This dude was weird. He was very like body modified to look like a lizard and like
He was cool though.
Yeah, no, cool dude.
See, I've never actually been to like a sideshow. Like I would love to. I love the culture. I love like the history of it. I've never been to one.
We're Coney Island, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing like that around here. Like we live in the most boring area of the country. Like,
yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's two things to do: drink and not freeze in the winter. Like that's it.
Oh. Well, you have to come out to Vegas because the weather out here is perfect.
Yeah, no, it's been a couple of years. Like we said, it's been what, like 2 years?
I've never been.
30th, so yeah,
it's fun, and now we have a horror destination. Like,
and there's so much though. I mean, you've got the Saw escape room, the It escape room.
Oh, our friend Thor just went to the Saw escape room. He said,
yeah. It was awesome.
Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. I love Tom Devlin. I've done a couple of movies with him. They're not out yet, but I've done 2 movies with him. And then Zach Baggins Museum that's here too. And then Universal Horror Nights is supposed to be coming here.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, Zach Baggins is the ghost hunter guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hey, demons, it's me, your boy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Oh man, that is cool.
There's lots
he's
to
got
do.
He's got the Dybbuk box, like
Yep.
the original Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, pardon me.
That's my jam. All that spooky, scary bullshit. But like, I don't. Here's the thing: supernatural stuff. Love it. Intrigued by it. Like, love to read about it. Don't believe it. Any of it. I don't know what it is. It's like conspiracy theories.
So you don't believe in ghosts?
I don't. No. I've yet to see anything to convince me otherwise. Open to the idea, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I lived in a haunted apartment. Yeah.
I have seen a ghost when I was a kid in my grandparents' house. I have told the story a few times on podcasts, but yeah, I have. It's hard to describe it, but I can picture it. But yeah, I can tell it was a female, and she was floating in the doorway of my grandmother's bedroom, and I was laying on the floor sleeping. I was probably like 9 or 10. But that house was known to be completely haunted, and all kinds of crazy things happened in that house. So
yeah, no, my apartment was. I never saw anything. I definitely heard shit. Well, I never saw like a ghost or anything, but I saw things move on their own.
Yeah.
When I would be in the apartment by myself, I knew there was nobody else home. I could hear somebody walking from the back of the apartment to the front.
Yeah.
And then like just not going anywhere else. Yeah, no, I remember like the weirdest thing that ever happened. My cousin and I were home one day, and like we were both in the living room. I remember like the night before I made a steak for dinner, and I left the broiler pan like on top of the oven. And like it wasn't like on the side of the oven, it was like in the middle of the oven. Like it wasn't gonna fall off accidentally. So we're sitting in the living room the next morning, and like we're just watching TV, and we just hear wham, like as loud as you could imagine, like metal hitting the wall.
Yeah.
So we're just like the only 2 people in the apartment. Like we didn't do that. So we walk in, the broiler pan is like across the room, like a good maybe 10 feet away from the stove. There's grease all over the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Like, yeah.
Ooh, that's freaky.
Yeah. Other people had seen stuff in that apartment, but I never saw anything.
Every once in a while, I see stuff out of the corner of my eye, but I'm pretty sure it's oncoming mental illness.
Or, already there mental illness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever just had like a freaky kind of feeling or anything?
Not really. No. Okay. Like I said, like I'm open to the idea of the supernatural, ghosts or hell, cryptids, Mothman rules. But I've never experienced anything that I couldn't explain. I've never heard mysterious noises. I've never seen a figure.
Oh, dude, we saw some shit in that. Like,
didn't you see like a shadow figure in Puerto Rico?
No, that was in San Diego. We stayed in another like haunted hotel. And I remember I was sitting in the room at night and like I was watching TV and I just saw like went from one end of the room to the other. It was a black spot on the floor.
Yeah.
That it wasn't like a shadow or like, I mean, it looked like a shadow, but it wasn't like reflecting off of something. There was no lights on. It was just me watching TV.
Yeah.
And it was like the size of like a pizza pan, maybe. Like it just glided across the floor, like kind of like stopped for a second and then just glided into the bathroom and like went away.
Weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never had anything like that.
I think about that at night.
This is another like weird story in my apartment. We went again. Everybody who lived there had left the house. Like, so there was nobody home. Nobody had came home in that time. We all went out to a bar. We had like, we were in college at the time. So obviously we had a pack of like beer pong balls.
Oh, sure.
We came home. The pack had been opened and there were beer pong balls like balanced. Like one was on the top of the center of the TV. Like there'd be one in like the kitchen. Like,
classically, those are called ping pong balls.
Whatever. Some of us were alcoholics in college. But yeah, these ping pong balls would be just like balanced in weird places across the house. Like,
oh, that's creepy.
Yeah,
that's weird. Oh,
yeah.
Book stacking. I haven't seen that phenomenon.
No human would stack.
I haven't seen that either.
I don't know. You see, you've started with the store. You've expanded to the bar and the cafe. Is there anything else you would like to expand to? Is there like a dream project?
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
I don't know what's next.
This isn't enough. Yeah.
Sure. I think this is enough. Yeah, I think this is enough. But we've thought of other things, though. I mean, we talk about other things. We've talked about maybe putting a small store in Salem.
Oh, that would, yeah.
And doing that, our thought process on that would be for like shipping reasons too. It'd be kind of like a shipping hub for that side of the country. So
East Coast.
It could be a little cheaper for everybody on that side and for everybody. So that would be the thought process on that. And then a lot of people always want us to do conventions. Like they want us to do our convention. And I'm like, that's a lot of work, but we have kind of thought about it. So
like doing your own convention?
Yeah.
That could be rad.
Yeah, that would
be
really...
that is a huge undertaking, but
we have a friend who runs a convention and like he's the guy who always just looks like
yes, I know. I know you too. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the embodiment of that Ben Affleck meme, like smoking a cigarette outside.
Which convention do y'all go to?
Saratoga Comic-Con in Saratoga, New York.
Yeah, and the Mid-Hudson Comic-Con.
And Mid Hudson's another one we do.
Oh, okay.
Do you go to a lot of cons as like a vendor or a guest or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we do a lot. Yeah. Let's see. So when we were in Alabama, we did a lot like up north. So we had done some Days of the Dead, like Chicago, Indianapolis, Horror Hound, stuff like that. Flashback Weekend in Chicago. Now that we live out this way, now we're doing the California shows. We're really liking Creep Icon. They're fairly new. Midsummer Scream we've done. Haven't got into Monster Palooza yet. Trying to do that. Mad Monster in Arizona we've done. We do Texas Frightmare every year. We're doing it again this year, this coming year. So very excited for that. There's a Days of the Dead convention here in Vegas that happens all the time. So yeah, we do a lot of conventions.
Fantastic. Well, like I think our dream show right now is actually probably like Chiller Theater Con.
Oh, I can get us into that easy. Like,
well, why haven't you?
I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy. Like, I
can do that if I want.
Yeah. No, like I honestly sat down like 2 nights ago. I was gonna email some people and I was gonna upload our latest design for the t-shirts and stuff. And I fell asleep.
Like, Chiller 30 is a good one though. I haven't been to it, but that's a good one.
I think it just happened recently. There's another reason why I haven't reached out yet.
It was like 2 weeks ago because Danny went.
Yeah, it was like 2 weekends ago. So I didn't want to hit them up like when they're at their busiest time. Like, we'll get them next year though.
I went there once as a guest, and it was so cool. Like Doug Bradley was there. Oh Jesus, I can't remember his name. The from Dawn of the Dead. The black guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. He was in the Rob Zombie like House of 1,000.
I've met him and I can't remember his name either.
Rejects. That guy,
he was
Duncan. Yeah.
We dropped the ball on
that,
folks.
Bad with names.
Hold on. Now we have to fix this problem.
I am the worst with names. I have a lot of like general trivia in here. Specific don't exist.
Dawn of the Dead.
He was there. There was a Warriors reunion happening that year.
Dude, I've been at like 6 different conventions where there's a war. Those dudes reunite a lot.
Go to Coney Island so you can see all the cool Warrior shit.
Yeah.
You'll have to stop spending time together in order to reunite.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That whole show was really, really good.
The only like horror show that we've done, we did the New Jersey Horror Con, the first one that they did. And we met a bunch of cool people there. Like I had done a show with Kevin Van Hentenryck like several, like maybe less than 6 months earlier. Like we hung out, we spent time together. No idea who I was.
Oh, we did that Jersey. It was that Jersey horror.
Yeah, the New Jersey Horror Con.
I imagine he hangs out with a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we were drinking at the time. So.
Yeah,
we need to get up that way. We haven't been up that way to do a con.
There's a lot of fun shows. There's not like a lot of like horror specific, aside from like Chiller and there's another one too.
Monster Mania.
Monster Mania, yeah. But yeah, no. Who else did we see at that show? Matthew Lillard's. Who else was there? Not Ted Raimi. Ted Raimi was there.
The Lester Raimi.
Yeah.
No, Ted's awesome.
But no, that was a fun show.
Good guests.
I had a question locked and loaded. Now it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Guests.
Brain fart.
A complete brain fart.
And this is the one show we're not drinking this show. This is the one like
I had coffee. Like
I had coffee before this.
Yeah, I always have coffee. It's gotta have it all day long.
Yeah.
Ken Forey, that's his name.
Why do we not? Duh.
I was like, he's in so much stuff.
Yeah. No, he's great. It was funny because his table was right next to Doug Bradley's. And he was like out on the floor going like, "This is Doug Bradley. Come get your picture with Pinhead." I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
That's funny.
So I did that. I got my picture with Doug Bradley.
He's a nice guy.
He was very nice when I met him. I was off put by the fact that he had a fanny pack, but
that really takes a lot of the scary out of him.
He had to have a place to keep his money. I understand it.
Yeah. I have such utility to show you.
I've heard that Lillard's nice. I haven't experienced that.
Oh boy.
I from different sources, I will hear that Matthew Lillard is either very nice or very not nice.
He's kind of a jerk to Amanda, yeah. Like again,
I hold grudges.
yeah. We're not bad mouthing anybody. I like what I've been like, I was trying to think of this question like to answer it myself earlier today. Best horror movie of 2023. Well, we have these horror minds here.
Oh boy,
that's a tough one.
It's a tough one. I have a few that I really like, but I freaking love Saw X. I love that.
I did see that one. I did see that one a couple weeks ago. I saw Cobweb a couple weeks ago. I was talking about that a couple episodes ago. That was really good. I like that one.
I'm gonna go Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yes, I did really like that one. Yeah.
They botched the ending, but the rest of the movie was great.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody should have died.
I like Cocaine Bear.
Oh, love Cocaine Bear.
Is that a Cocaine Bear pop?
It is.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them.
What?
Yes.
I'm gonna cosplay Cocaine Bear. I'm ready.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, it's so cute with the cocaine bag.
Yep. I had to have it. I really liked Cocaine Bear. And Wrath of Becky was really good too.
Oh, that was the sequel to Becky, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with Kevin G. That was a really good movie. I have to watch that.
I see. I missed on that one. I never.
It kind of like flips the like slasher movie script a little bit. It's like Kevin James is like he's a bad guy in this movie, which is like weird on its own.
It's great though.
Yeah. He is awesome at it. He's like the head of this gang, and they're like, I forget the plot specifically, but they end up at this cabin, and like this girl staying at this cabin, and you expect like they're gonna like stalk and menace this girl, and like no, she just like ends up like picking them off one by one, like just
weird,
brutally, like
They want something from her. I can't remember what it was, but there was something.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it.
It was like a necklace or something that she had that they needed. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Chad says Slaughterhouse. What is Slaughterhouse?
Slaughter. Oh, okay. No, that's our producer. It is. That's Art. That's the it's like a slasher movie, but instead of like a slasher, they just sub in like a sloth.
Yeah, it's like a sorority house or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list.
It's interesting.
Is it right up there with like Zombieverse?
Yeah.
Animal-based horror.
It's interesting.
I'm trying to think of any other like big like horror movies this year. Nothing really like else sprang to mind.
It was Terrifier 2 this year, right?
Was it?
No, that was last year.
Was that last year?
We got Scream 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was pretty good.
I'm so bad with modern.
Yeah,
like
the past couple of months have just been like a blur of like busyness and stress.
Did you see it?
I have not seen Five Nights at Freddy's,
and it would not be on my list of best horror.
We just reviewed that for the Nightmare podcast and on my live show last week.
What did you think?
My daughter was here for Halloween, and me and her reviewed it together.
Oh, all right.
Like if my kids want to watch it, which I'm almost positive that they do, I'll probably sit down and watch it with them. Because what's PG-13? So
yeah,
probably it's not like
how bad could it really be?
Yeah, there's nothing really too gruesome.
No, it's for kids. It's yeah.
Yeah.
The animatronics are
definitely
really freaking cool though. Like they really did the animatronics really cool. Now I've never played the game. I know nothing about it. So I kind of was just like, about it because I don't know that. But having my daughter sitting there watching it with me and her knowing about the games and then her kind of going, oh, that's just like the game and explaining things a little bit made it better for me. But I think if he wasn't there to tell me that, then I wouldn't probably liked it as much because I wouldn't have known anything.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like inside jokes and lore and shit. So if you're not like into all the minutia of the game, then it's not really gonna make sense.
Yeah, I just knew the characters because I've sold the Funko Pops and stuff in my store. So I've known the characters and that's all I knew.
Yeah.
The cupcake was really cool. I liked the cupcake.
Oh yeah, like little chomping like cupcake.
It was neat.
As far as like merchandise, what is like the biggest like seller as far as like horror stuff?
It's got to be Pops, right?
No. I really think Pops are kind of going out, y'all.
Yeah,
I don't
for
really
sure.
sell Pops that much anymore, and it's driving me nuts because I have all these Pops in my
Yeah, I 100%. I sell like I don't sell them on a large scale, but I used to buy like a good number of Pops to sell at conventions, and I noticed like within the past year, they're getting harder to move, like a lot.
They are very hard to move. It has to be something very exclusive or something. I don't know, like a Killer Clown Funko Pop or something, because people are really into that right now. But yeah, Funkos are getting hard to move. The best thing for us, there's two things, although we're not getting one of them anymore, and I'm very upset by it. Chucky dolls. I mean,
like
Chucky
full
dolls.
size ones?
Yeah, the Trick or Treat Studios Chucky dolls, any of those. Yeah. I mean, those are top sellers. I can never keep any of those in stock when I have them. But unfortunately, we're not going to have those anymore. But Michael Myers masks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can see that.
I mean, selling of Michael Myers masks is the most stressful thing ever.
Really?
Why is that?
Wait, is it like a culling process? Like you got to find the really good ones, or just
it just Michael Myers people and rehaulers and anybody buying that mask, especially around Halloween time, get a little crazy. That's all I want to say.
It's one of those cases where like they think they become the character when they put the mask on.
Oh God!
Like Joker cosplayers and Deadpool cosplayers.
I hate.
The last Halloween movie taught us is if you put the mask on, you catch the serial killer.
That's true. Yeah. if we are going, yeah.
It's a William Shatner mask.
He caught serial killer from wearing the Michael Myers mask.
But yeah, anything Michael Myers sells, and then Chucky. Michael Myers and Chucky are very like head and head. Like it's anything.
It's a redhead thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're also like super legacy characters. I mean, like obviously Michael Myers wasn't like the first slasher, but he might as well have been. He's like the first like really mainstream one.
Yeah,
right.
And Chucky is just like super unique as a character. So, I mean,
yeah, I always like underestimated how popular Halloween was, like because that was never one of like the main slashers. Like growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was always like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Like those were like the two big ones.
Yeah.
So it never really registered with me how popular Halloween really was.
No, it's popular.
It's for the real fans, okay?
Yeah.
None of those posers.
Yeah. You know what? You know who doesn't get any love?
Who's that?
Leatherface.
I love Leatherface.
I do too. But sometimes it's really hard to move Leatherface merch.
I want to say it's probably because he's not like super pop culture the way, Freddy and Jason and Chucky are.
The last couple of movies haven't been fantastic either.
Right.
That last one on Netflix was
so
bad.
bad. That was horrible.
Like the mask was not a mask. He just peeled somebody's face off and stuck it to his face, which is not like that's not how the character works.
Yeah.
And I didn't all the liberal snowflake bait that was in it.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Although those ones from the early 2000s were fucking rad with Arlie Ermey in them.
Yes.
Oh, those were so good.
So good. That's probably one of the remakes that's like freaking awesome. If you want to talk remakes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have that. There's your classic like 80s stuff like The Fly and The Blob.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing. Like
The Blob is another one I would love to see them do something with. Like, it's been almost 40 years now since we've seen like the last iteration of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus with like better effects now, like that movie would be really awesome.
They would CG the hell out of it and it would be terrible. I'm telling you right now.
Have faith.
I don't.
He doesn't. You're probably right though. They would CGI that, and it kind of would
like. And that was part of what made that movie so good as a remake, like because it was all practical.
Yeah,
so it looked so gross. Like, it was just dead nuts on. Like it's exactly what it needed to be.
And it's such a fun movie too. I love The Blob.
Yeah, what was that? Our third episode we ever did?
I think so. That was episode 3. Yeah. Wow, that's 120 episodes ago.
Yeah, Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith from Saw.
Yeah.
Very young Shawnee Smith.
Very young everybody that was in that movie.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that was what I missed out on as a kid too. Like I don't know. Like I would always see the cover, but then I would just
that was on HBO a lot.
Never picked it up. Well, I didn't have HBO because I was poor. Okay.
It was on HBO.
Yeah.
And Killer Clowns. I watched Killer Clowns, The Blob, Chopping Mall. All that came on HBO a lot.
Yeah,
Chopping Mall. Oh, the robots in the mall run amok movie.
Yeah. We did somebody's horror podcast a couple of years ago on there.
It was the toilet bowl one that I think it was.
The
flushing one.
Oh, I don't remember. It was It was like the beginning of COVID.
What is up with Killer Clowns from Outer Space having this huge resurgence in popularity though?
It does. It so does.
Like I don't know where it came from. It was like right out of nowhere.
Yeah, because that was like for the longest time, like nobody talked about that movie, and then it just blew up and
tons of merch for it too. Like
was covered with Killer Clown stuff.
Yeah.
They all started doing conventions and stuff. The Dickies and John Massery and all them started doing conventions, and the guys that are in the costumes. Yeah. And then they just started making all this merch, and it just blew up. Kind of with H3. I mean, H3 was always underrated. It never was talked about. Everybody hated it. But then even so in the past few years now, with all the merch and it's just this resurgence of it. And now there's a whole new crop of people that are actually really loving it, or people that hated it are now loving it now.
Do you think it's people doubling back and going like, okay, well, I didn't give it a fair shot, or do you think it's like a new generation?
I think it's people discovering it. Yeah,
like they're probably all of the above.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it.
Probably help.
Tom Atkins memes definitely help.
I didn't like it when I was a kid because I was like everybody else. I was like, well, this movie's stupid. It's not Michael Myers. I didn't get it. But as an adult, obviously I get it. I love it. It's in my top 3 movies. I love it now. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's dedication.
Would you like to hear my top 3?
I would love to.
I'm very different from everybody. I'm a slasher chick. I know H3 isn't necessarily slasher, but I am a slasher chick. So April Fool's Day is my favorite movie. And then Slumber Party Massacre.
All right.
And then H3.
Heavy on the cheese. I like it.
That's me.
All right.
If you had to pick 3, what would it be?
Like horror movies or movies? Because that's different lists.
Those are 2 different lists.
Those are very different lists.
Although I know I have at least one movie that definitely crosses over.
Okay.
For me it's Jaws. I mean,
yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Boy, so I'll just do horror movies. So
Art is yelling and says, "I love April Fool's Day" in chat.
Oh, our producer also loves April Fool's Day.
I have a nice April Fool's Day collection.
They have April Fool's Day merch.
Would you like to see?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let me unhook my computer. I have to get up.
In the meantime, my top 3 are probably for horror movies: Hellraiser, Exorcist. I gotta go. Oh yes, that's so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
And probably Crimson Peak. To be
Crimson Peak. That's a good one. I like that answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Oh wow.
So I have the posters, and I have met both ladies. There's those.
Oh,
and then
that's awesome.
I have the VHS. So that's my little collection. It's just basically the
troll
poster. Yes, it is. I've got the troll, and I have the mushroom too. So troll.
Wow.
Do you see what this troll is though?
Not really.
Yeah, your window is small and way up on our high monitor.
Can you?
What is that one?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is from Trilogy of Terror.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's the one in the box or whatever, the Arctic Expedition. Yeah. All right, if I had to do 3, I'll do 3 horror, definitely Jaws. Like that's my one crossover. Like that is a strong contender for my favorite movie ever. Like I've seen that literally hundreds of times.
Yeah.
So Jaws, it's a close tie, I think, between Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, because I love all 3 of those movies. but those two, like specifically, the three original Romero. Number 3, like,
while you mull it over, I'm going to give an honorable mention to Alien.
There you go.
Yeah, it is the second best Alien movie.
Fuck
yeah,
you.
Right. Yeah. Like, I want to pick a Godzilla movie, but there's not like, because like I love Godzilla, but I love it more like
not really horror movies.
Yeah, as like a kind of like just like a like not really like a background thing, but just something that was just always present in my life, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't really pick a specific Godzilla movie. Oh, American Werewolf in London. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's
Good one.
Yeah,
That's a turn.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about it. We just did an episode on it for our friend.
You've seen that movie like 6 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I believe I forgot that.
Can I correct myself because I'm
Absolutely.
an idiot?
Yeah.
Not Trilogy of Terror. I'm sorry because I was thinking of something else. It's Cat's Eye. That's the little tool that was running around in Cat's Eye. I'm so sorry.
The one that gets chopped up in the fan. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, so that's the Cat's Eye one. I seen that at a convention. Some guy had made them. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta have that. So yeah.
Oh, so it's like a custom thing a dude was.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I find a lot of good stuff at conventions.
Yeah, we do a lot of conventions, and like I'm always on like the lookout for something that's gonna like blow me away, and it's always like the custom made like stuff.
Yeah, it's when somebody puts time and effort into something. Like I worked with a guy, and he was really big into like making replicas of Jason's hockey masks, like, and he would do like different ones from different movies, and he was like researching them, and he was like I can't get the sheen to look exactly like it was in the movie, and then he figured out the ones in the movies actually started off as clear masks.
Oh, really?
And then they would like scuff the inside and paint, and then put like a shellac on the outside, and then crack it. And so he's doing all this crazy research and telling me about it. I'm like, this is insane. you're a crazy person. But like, that was
the right chevrons.
Yeah.
Well, you had the machete one here, like the cut in 4, like yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been talking for like probably over an hour now. Yeah, definitely over an hour.
It's about an hour.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you too long. This has been an awesome chat though.
I'm good. I like chatting. Hey, we're talking horror. I can do this all night.
All right, let's see what else we got. What else we talked best of 2020? I can talk one of the worst of 2023. Okay. I just saw the new Pet Sematary like 2 nights ago.
I've heard bad things.
Oh, it was not good. It was not good. Yeah.
Even Pet Sematary 2 was not good. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
What?
You
didn't you like 2?
I love Pet Sematary 2.
You're a big Edward Furlong kind of guy.
I do like him, but I just love Pet Sematary 2. I've always liked it.
I was gonna say they should have stuck with their own motto, because sometimes bad is better, man. Like,
but this one is bad though. Yeah, it
was not good.
Yeah,
I was very let down.
All right, let's circle back to Edward Furlong.
Okay.
What'd you think of his role as the Crow?
Did he play the Crow?
He played the Crow in the
I didn't see that.
5th movie, Wicked Prayer.
Oh,
I did not see that.
Yeah, the bad guy was David Boreanaz.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Oh,
yeah, no.
Yeah, it was all it's like and
I think I checked it. I did see 3. That was the one with Kirsten Dunst, right? And
yes,
yeah.
That was the one with Iggy Pop in it, right?
That was 2.
Oh, that was 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wicked Prayer. It was Edward Furlong, David Boreanaz, and David Boreanaz's girlfriend in that movie was
I thought you meant in real life.
No, not in real life. Oh Christ, what was her name? She played Bunny Lebowski in the big.
Oh, Tara Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Not at all.
I've only watched the first Crow. That's the only one I've watched.
Stay there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good.
That's one of those, like, it's like Indiana Jones. There were only 3 Indiana Jones. They just came out with that 4th one.
Yeah.
I don't know what this other one that they say came out a couple of years ago was. That doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Yeah.
We talked about actually yesterday for the Nightmare podcast, a movie that well, actually it came out last year, but it wasn't that great. It just came on Screenbox just recently. Shaky Shivers.
No, I haven't
You heard
heard
of that one? Oh, okay. Well, you're okay then.
We're good. We don't need to look into it.
No, it wasn't that great. I wanted it to be awesome. The trailer looks great. The poster looks great, and then it was like, what? Yeah, no.
I actually watched a stinker the other night. I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh yeah.
I was curious because like I enjoyed the idea of that, but they executed it so poorly.
So poorly. Yes.
Like the masks
agree.
look like masks. Like, don't do that. Like, it's supposed to be a bear and a pig. They look like dudes wearing a bear and a pig mask. But there wasn't enough action, so like it's bad. So it's not even like party movie bad.
Yeah,
because there's not enough shit happening during the whole thing. I heard
that they eat Eeyore, so I didn't watch it.
Well, they don't show them eating Eeyore, but that's
what they do.
They do.
Also, I wanted to interject a producer note that on Rotten Tomatoes, your Crow movie has a rating of 0%.
Oh, geez.
I didn't think that was possible.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed, to be honest with you. I had no idea.
Yeah, that was
0%.
I want to say that was The Crow Wicked Prayer,
Yep,
which is an awesome title. Like, it really is. But
is that one of the titles of the comics? Maybe, like, I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I did read some of the comics, but
Danny Trejo's in it too. Apparently, that's what I learned.
Yeah. Oh. Danny Trejo will be in it. Anything.
Yeah.
He was in Danzig's last movie. For Christ's sake.
I heard that was a spectacle.
I have a bootleg version of that, but it's a theater shot version, so like it's all shaky.
Coughing and like
and then whoever bootlegged it hard coded ads into it for like online gambling. It was fucking weird.
But anyway, I owe some guy in Serbia $30,000.
Are you a Danzig fan at all?
Yeah, I love Danzig. Yeah, sure.
Have you seen Danzig's movies?
No, I have not.
Just keep it that way.
Okay. I know what you're talking about, but I have not watched it.
Like his first movie, Veronica, is like an anthology movie, and it's there are interesting stories in it, but because apparently he wouldn't listen to anybody's advice and just shot everything the way he wanted to shoot it, it looks like turds. Like it's bad. No. It's lit like our studio is lit right now. Like,
no.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Well, I won't watch that then.
No. I mean, if you want to laugh, it's okay. Like throw it on at a party. Yeah.
Well, the movie I just mentioned, The Shaky Shivers, guess who directed that?
Who?
And I didn't have anything good to say about it. The guy that played Han in the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, really?
That guy directed this movie and then made a little cameo at the end, and it was so silly, and yeah, it was not good.
Proud to say I have never seen a single Fast and Furious movie.
Okay, well, this guy was in there. He played Han.
I watched them all in like a week during the pandemic. Yeah.
And he has directed his first movie, and it's Shaky Shivers, and it's
a
great
thing that exists.
All right, so me talking about party movies brings up an interesting thought. Like, what do you consider a really good party movie? So you've got, let's say it's around Halloween. You've got some people at the house, and drinks are flowing. You got to throw something on to keep everybody entertained. Go.
Oh. Night of the Demons would be good.
Ooh, oh yeah.
That's perfect because they're also having a party.
It's a party themed party.
Yeah. It is a party movie that is good at parties. Yeah.
That dance scene, let me tell you, awakened things in me. That's where some things came from.
I became a man that night.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
That would be good. What's your perfect party movie?
My perfect party movie, like any like classic era, like Godzilla is awesome for me. Just because you can just throw it on, like everybody just wants to see the monsters fighting.
Yeah.
Like, so you can just talk and enjoy your drinks or whatever. And then like when there's a monster fighting, everybody's going to tune in. Like,
yeah.
So I think those are really good. Any cheesy horror is really good. Like we talked about Killer Clowns 2 weeks ago. That's like a perfect, like party, horror movie.
I'm going to give you 2. Okay. And they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Return of the Living Dead.
Yes. Yeah. Is another one of my favorite horror movies.
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Number 1. Like, it's so good. But then if you want something that's like the worst movie that everybody has never seen, it's Redneck Zombies.
Which we just did.
We just did an episode on. But it's so trashy.
That was really bad.
Oh, hell.
But there's always something goofy on screen. So, like, you're never going to be disappointed when you watch it.
I just listened to that episode today. That was to pat ourselves on the back. That was a fun episode to listen to.
Yeah. It was a good time. We like to have 2 friends of ours come over and we will watch the worst movies.
Yeah, we save the worst movies for when they come by.
Like we did Velocipaster with them.
Zombievers. Yeah.
Zombievers. Actually, those were their ideas.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
I like those kind of movies though. They're fun.
Yeah, it's the perfect mix of like ridiculous and like good effects. Like
right.
Yeah. That's partially why like Evil Dead 2 is so popular and Army of Darkness are so popular.
Yeah.
It's like you can laugh along
Army
with
of
it.
Darkness.
What's that?
I'm not a fan of Army of Darkness.
Why not?
Wow.
I know it's shocking in it. I shock people with some of the movies that I tell people that I don't like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Army of Darkness at all. I hate it.
Is it like too goofy for you,
It's
or
way too goofy? It's just stupid. It's not anything like Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. It's just too comic bookish. It's too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
It's more of an adventure movie than anything else.
Yeah, it's not. It's more fantasy adventure for me. I just don't want.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. I also don't like, and I'm going to shock y'all too, and I do with everybody. But I have a Funko Pop though. Shaun of the Dead. I hate that movie.
What?
Oh. Yeah.
See? I know. That's everybody's reaction. I just don't think it's funny at all.
Oh my Lord!
I tried it like 3 times, and I'm just like, yeah. It's just I just don't think I like British.
It is a very specific humor.
I'm going to drop this a couple of episodes ago. I mentioned a movie that I would give a 10 to if we did.
Yeah.
It's Shaun of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Everybody does. I mean, a lot of people do. I just, I
am such a fan of when they pull off the horror comedy formula right. Like American Werewolf in London does it perfectly. I think Shaun of the Dead does it perfectly too. Like, the funny and like the horror are like just perfectly like balanced in that movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think the ratio is just right. And if it's not your style of humor, then like there's gonna be nothing other than the zombies that you're gonna enjoy. And the zombies, I mean, they're not the best zombies. So it's if they're not playing off of each other in the right way for you, it's definitely gonna fall flat.
Yeah. Shocker. I don't like Shaun of the Dead. And don't get me started on the new Halloween trilogy, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
If they ended the first movie with killing him and just cut it there, perfect. The proper send off, everybody's happy. Let's drag it out for 3 movies. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Great. The ending
tonight, Chris he was like, stop saying
it.
Yelling.
Like the ending was just so over the top stupid. Like, I mean, they spoiler, they throw him into a fucking meat grinder. Like, come on, like really, wood chipper meat grinder, same thing.
And it's like the whole town is like going to do it like it's some big thing. I don't know. It was very weird. I was just like, what?
The moral of the story is if you touch a serial killer, you too will become.
Yeah, you can catch serial killer. Again, you put on that mask and caught serial killer.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you took that 3rd movie, take Michael Myers, the character, out of it and add in your original stuff, you got a decent movie on your hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the plot is good, just not good to end that series with.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Corey. And I liked his story. And if the movie, like you said, you take Michael out of it, not call it Halloween Ends, and just have his story, I liked that.
Yeah,
and him being the killer in that scarecrow mask, and there you go.
Yeah,
that's what I liked.
Yep. They basically Halloween 3'd again. Is kind of what they did, but they did a bad job with it.
I just have a problem with Michael. I know a lot of people want Michael to be brutal and be like he is in these movies, but I hate it. No, to me, that's not Michael.
No, he's sneaky and brutal. Is kind of the thing.
He was kind of brutal. I mean, he strangled people and stabbed people and did all that and sliced their necks and all that.
He stabbed a guy with a shotgun.
Right. But it's not like how they're portraying him now, though. Like now, like he's
no,
like it's way crazy, like way.
No, he's basically Rambo at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like. I liked him in the original 78 where he's mysterious and he's hiding behind the bushes, and that's what's scary. You don't see him very much.
Yeah, they took all the suspense out of it.
Yeah, and then now he's just so over the top. He's like a Jason and a Leatherface.
He's an unstoppable tank now.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just I don't like that. And I liked the story of Lori being his sister. I liked that storyline. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see him becoming more like that throughout the series. I mean, it obviously really took off that way with the Rob Zombie stuff, but a lot of people hate the Rob Zombie remakes. I like them.
I like them. Yeah,
I like.
They're different enough.
Second one.
Yeah,
really.
I like the second one. I do not like the shoehorned Sherry Moon zombie as an angel. Weird psychotic break that he has in there with a horse for some reason.
With a horse.
If there is a horse.
You take that whole scene out and that movie rules. Yeah.
Yeah, good place to mention that I'm talking with Christina Club next week at Saratoga Comic-Con.
That's true.
Oh, yay. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Rob Zombie's Halloween. And Matthew Taylor, who we're talking with Sunday night, actually. Also on our stream.
He played the Nemesis in
Resident Evil Apocalypse, yeah.
You're also going to be talking to Carl York, not Tom York, which I do all the time.
From Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Shameless self-plug. Throw in there.
What are your feelings on like the zombie movie genre? So we've talked about the slashers, we've talked about the like the spooky supernatural stuff. Where are you on zombies?
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I think I'm at a point where I like all the old stuff, the old zombie movies, like we were talking about Return of the Living Dead, all the 80s stuff. And now I'm just kind of over zombies. I think Walking Dead just kind of like
it killed them for me for a long time.
I mean, and I loved Walking Dead, but the last few seasons of it kind of fell short for me, and I didn't get into any of the other ones. But that just kind of killed zombie stuff for me. It was just like, okay, I'm over zombies like so much right now.
Yeah, zombies right now are like where vampires were like 10 years ago. They just need to go away for like 10 or 15 years. Like,
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, so if you're more of a fan of the older stuff, let's say, like, so where are you with the George Romero stuff? So night, dawn, day, land. Probably cut it off there, right? You're probably not a survival or diary.
No. No. I love his movies. Night of the Living Dead is actually my favorite black and white movie.
Okay.
So, and it's my favorite zombie movie too. So I love Night of the Living Dead. I don't like to watch that one in color. I'd rather watch that one in black and white.
I will say,
great remake though.
I love the remake. The remake of that is so good.
I don't like it.
Oh,
that's another one I don't like.
I was going to bring it up as a good party movie too, like a good serious horror party movie.
Yeah,
because people will like see it and like they'll kind of be familiar with it, but still like, what is this? Like,
we collectively love Tony Todd, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Tony Todd. I've had him in my store. I love Tony Todd. He's awesome.
One of the nicest people I've ever like worked with at a convention. Yeah. Yeah.
And he loves to talk to his fans and everything. He's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Such an awesome guy.
Oh man, Candyman is so good. It's ridiculously good.
Yeah, I love Candyman.
Like, even if the movie wasn't so great, it's fucking amazing. The soundtrack alone is stunning.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
Like it's my ringtone. Like Helen's theme is my ringtone.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I see Alex from our zombie Redneck Zombies episodes up in chat. Anybody else up in chat worth throwing a shout out to?
Art.
Our producer Art.
I think that's it. It's a slim night. It's a Thursday, you know.
It's Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah. But hey, this will be up for a week, and then the actual podcast will come out, so it's fine. This will live forever on the internet.
There you go. Right. Right. This is true. What are some movies that y'all don't like?
That I don't like? Oh boy, there's a lot of things I don't like. I'm in like my grumpy old man phase of life right now.
Well, give me a movie like me, like something that everybody likes, but you don't.
I don't like Scream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate the first one. I like it. I loved how meta it was, and it looked at everything from the outside.
Yeah.
But then it just carried on way too long.
That I can see. I will say I think the last two have been the best that they've done in a while.
Yeah.
The newer ones, like the last one was really good too. Scream 6, I really like the one in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Part 6.
Yeah. Oh man, what do I like that everybody hates? I mean, what do I hate that everybody likes?
TV show?
Yeah,
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. I hate the sequel, the spinoff to American Horror Stories. I got so burned out. Yeah, I got so burned out on those. I gave up on the weird. It was the season that was split in two, and there was like the Cape Cod like vampire like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like that, I was already on the ropes, and then like part 2 was like the aliens one, and like it was just I was like, nope, I can't do it. I'm out. I'm done. Like I
was it the man giving birth for you?
I think it was the man giving birth. Yeah.
Yeah. American Horror Story I've been watching the new one, and then of course we're not going to see the rest of it until next year, but it's not like it used to be. I'm kind of phasing that out too. But the American Horror Stories, the new one just aired a couple weeks ago, and there's 4 stories, and I reviewed it, and I enjoyed all 4 stories. I thought they were amazing.
All right, I'll have to give it a shot because we watched the first season of that, and like I just hated it so much.
No, this one's better.
All right,
this one's better. Maybe you might like one of the stories in this one.
The what one?
Remember the AHS season about the Trump election?
Oh, that was the one that like had like didn't. It was like almost like a cult. Like
it was. I think it was called Cult, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I watched about 3/4 of the first season of American Horror Story, and I was out after that. I don't know why. It didn't.
Sexy Ghost was too much.
Yes, Sexy Ghost was not. Sexy leather daddy ghost was not my thing. Yeah.
Rubber Man.
Yeah.
Yep, Rubber Man.
Like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
God, can I tell y'all a story since you said you don't like that?
Yeah.
So, okay, so my old job, I worked in clubs. I was a dancer. Mm-hmm. So anyway, and Philip had owned some strip clubs. So I would put on the Halloween parties. My Halloween parties were epic at the clubs. And
I imagine.
One of our friends came as the Rubber Man. And it was epic. It was great. Yeah, it was interesting.
I don't know that I would want to spend a night in that suit. partying.
That's what I said. It's hot in there, you're drinking, and that's what I said. But
the thing was filled with sweat. You know it was.
Yeah, if you're drinking, like as soon as you break the seal, like Halloween's over. Like you got to take that costume off. Like,
yeah, he was all about it. But he's a good friend. He likes to dress up like that. And like the year before, he did like 1990 Pennywise, and he looked really good. It was really cool. So,
really dedicated. To the, to
very
the
dedicated, the teeth and everything. Yeah. So he was very excited to do Rubber Man. I'm sure I have a pic. He had some professional pictures taken too. In that outfit, and he gave one to me and Philip and signed it and everything. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Put this over here.
Yep. So every time I think Rubber Man, I think of our friend. His name was David. So
that's silly. Boy, what else don't I like? There's a lot of things I don't like. None of them are coming to mind.
The regular segment of our show where old men griping about things.
Yeah. No, there's nothing to appreciate.
That's low hanging fruit to make fun of, though. Yeah,
it's easy.
You
know what I don't like? I don't like Midsummer, and I don't like Hereditary.
I was just gonna bring up. I think those movies are giving us decreasing returns, like Ari Aster films.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I never did watch Midsummer. I have no interest in Hereditary. I wasn't a fan.
Oh yeah, if you didn't like Hereditary, then I would say don't go any further.
I can appreciate Hereditary as like a good like cult movie, but it's like a super slow burn, but it like the payoff isn't there for me.
Right.
And Midsummer I can appreciate as like a piece of art because I understand, there's this really, really dark kind of twisted story, but it's shown in this like super bright Technicolor kind of way. And so it's almost like a modern spin on Giallo, where everything is super bright,
and like neon-y,
yeah. But like really dark stuff that's happening. The problem is that the story that he's telling with this dark stuff, I don't give a shit about. Like I didn't care about any of the characters. It's like nothing clicked for me at all.
Yeah, and I've seen some people cosplay that at conventions. I'm just like, okay.
Like a giant flower dress.
Yes.
I've seen like the bear thing. Like, yeah.
That seems cumbersome. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
And it's not even so much that I don't like, I guess like what they call elevated horror or whatever, but like, cause I love The Witch. The Witch was awesome. That's super slow burn.
Yeah.
What's that?
I almost watched it the other day. I have it queued up to watch.
Yeah. It's great. Black Phillip, the goat.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep. There's a Funko Pop.
Yeah, of course there is.
There is.
This is a like just an inside like question as far as like because I do a lot of our like stuff design like stuff for like our merch and stuff like that. Who does your original t-shirts? Is that something that you do? Do you guys have somebody who does that?
Our designer is Aaron Fulcher. He also does the designs for Terror Threads as well.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah. Nice. I was looking at the original stuff. There's a lot of cool ones you guys have.
Yeah, we've got.
Have to check that out.
Yeah, we have a really nice shirt line now. We kind of got into the shirts. Shirts sell like hotcakes.
Yeah,
we figured that out. So we have our store. When you walk in, you have like the front part of the store, but then there's a back room too, and that's like our shirt room back there. So, but yeah, we have like a huge line now, and we have a few others. We have a new one. Oh God, I have it in the washing machine. I didn't dry it. That's very exciting. We just got it today, actually. Can I tell y'all about it?
Absolutely.
Brand new Nightmare Toys t-shirt. It is licensed. We got the permission from Chris Zeffro and Justin Mabry from Trick or Treat Studios because they own the H3 masks.
Okay.
Now somebody else, Universal, owns Halloween 3.
Okay.
So yes, the merch will be divided nowadays because of that. There's a lot of licensing Universal things happening at the moment that's crazy. So Trick or Treat Studios has the license for the masks. So we now have a Nightmare Toys H3 t-shirt.
Sick.
And we've came out with 2. So one, it's the masks with the worms and the bugs and all that. Like I said, it's in the washing machine right now. And then it has the Nightmare Toys logo with Las Vegas and all that. Or you can get the shirt.
Ghosts.
Okay.
I'm a believer now.
Tom Atkins just fell down. Or you can get
one too many PBRs.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? The shirt with just the mask. It doesn't have our Nightmare Toys logo in case you don't want our logo on the shirt. So we have both versions, but it's spectacular. It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
So we'll just start. It's on the website right now. We literally just got it in today.
Yeah.
It's on the website, so you can check it out on there. But I'm going to do some pictures and post some pictures soon and all that too. So
sweet.
It's so cool.
See, like we've been talking about Halloween 3, like
it's the 3rd or 4th time it's come up.
Tonight. Yeah, like
yeah.
I have to watch this movie again. Like I have seen it, and it's been a long time, but like I never thought it was stupid. I like a lot of people did, but I also didn't understand it when I watched it.
Yeah, no,
but,
it's a good horror movie. Yeah,
it's an excellent movie to watch on Halloween. It just screams Halloween because like the whole atmosphere in the movie throughout the movie, and then plus, I mean, the masks. How can you that's Halloween to you? The holiday, the season. That's Halloween right there.
I can smell the inside of that mask right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a perfect Halloween movie, I think, to watch on Halloween.
Yeah. I think that's your perfect Halloween movie to watch on Halloween. Christopher, you have to. Yeah. I have to give myself extra time to think.
I'm going to cop out and say...
You say Jaws?
Jaws. No.
Yes.
I would just say Trick or Treat, actually. Like,
ooh,
yeah. That is a very good Halloween movie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good answer. Damn you.
Yeah. You ready asking me first now, don't you?
A little bit. Jesus, the perfect like on Halloween movie. You can't go wrong with Halloween. Like you just can't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so vibey.
Yeah. Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I mean, like any of the classics are always good on Halloween. Like Night of the Living Dead, of course. Bring that up again.
Well, I mean, like my wife loves like Hocus Pocus, so like she'll get those views in just right around Halloween.
Chris does not like that movie. We should have mentioned that when we were talking about popular movies.
Yeah, I don't like Hocus Pocus. Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she'll even watch like Halloween Town. You remember like the old Disney?
Yep. So there wasn't like a Family Channel movie.
Yeah, Family Channel. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
We used to watch Legend of Sleepy Hollow, like the Disney cartoon. We used to watch.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
On Halloween.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I have that awesome. I have an awesome Headless Horseman T-shirt.
Yeah, you do.
I love that. Yeah.
We also used to put on the making of Thriller on Halloween. We haven't done it in a couple of years, but that was a thing you used to.
Yeah.
God, that's so rad.
Monster Squad's one for me for Halloween.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
I love that movie.
Great for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's got to watch that one movie where they have, children dropping gay slurs on each other.
Parts didn't age great.
Yeah, it won't pass muster today.
It's still an awesome monster movie. Like,
yeah.
Fright Night. Fright. I just watched that again the other day.
I did too, actually. That's funny. Me too.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Come on, yeah.
Fright Night that's one of my favorites that I go back to a lot. And we did a panel earlier this year with Amanda Burse and Stephen Jeffries, who were both awesome.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah. They told some awesome stuff, like some awesome stories about working on that.
Was somebody else Oh no,
William Ragsdale was supposed to be there. And he
that's
failed.
right. Yeah, Ragsdale quit on us. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't met them yet.
They were awesome. They've been making the rounds lately, like for like horror cons and stuff. The whole like group of them, you know, and Sarandon's at some of them too.
Yeah. Probably some of the just like the bigger ones.
Yeah.
As like a Fright Night reunion.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that movie's starting to get more respect than it ever got before.
Yeah, because you never heard anything about that for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the remake is really what kind of boosted that.
Yeah.
And now we're getting 4Ks and all these movies and everything now. So it's like a resurgence of a lot of movies, like older movies and stuff, with all these 4Ks and stuff coming out and steelbooks and things.
Yeah, I love it and I hate it at the same time because like I've complained about this to him and on this show before, but like I miss the classic, like I've heard about this movie, now I have to go hunt it down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like none of that is the case anymore. Everything is so available, but everything being available helps the genre grow, and you know, like everybody can see it now. So while it's not special anymore, now I know I can get more of it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Like the thing I think I miss the most about like that era of media is like specifically the video store hunt.
Yeah.
Like just going into like a new video store for the first time and like just looking through like the horror section, like what haven't I seen? Like what's weird here that's you know that I haven't seen in other stores. Like
it's funny we all have the same little story about video stores though.
Yeah.
It's just a certain like age group. Like kids today will never know the feeling of having 3 tags in their hand. You know what I mean? Like
God, yes.
To this day, the best job I have ever had was working in a video store. Like I hands down, like if I have to have like when I die and if there's a heaven and I go there and I have to have a job, I want it to be at a video store. Like
I never had that job. I wish.
It was so great.
Yeah, I mean, video stores were just about gone by the time I started.
Oh yeah, I caught the tail end of it. Yeah.
How old are y'all?
Oh boy.
Come on.
I'm
sure we're the same age. Huh?
Yeah, I'm 44. He's younger than me.
Yeah, I'm 37.
Oh, okay. See, I'm 45.
All right. So we're all in the same ballpark.
It's
yes.
Well, not the same.
Yeah, young.
You are super young. Yeah.
My wife's 32. She's cheering over in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, the video store days, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
good days.
Because, like the best part was like later at night when like I knew like you know our district manager or whatever wasn't going to pop by. I could throw on like a horror movie like when I know there'd be like adults coming in to sort of rent stuff and not kids, and like you could throw something on and then within minutes like the movie would rent out if you pick something cool. Like,
yeah, it's that scene from High Fidelity.
Yeah, I used to be able to rent The Dark Crystal on command.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal, I love that movie.
Yeah, I would put it on we had the big wall of TVs in the back. I would put it on, and every single time within 5-10 minutes, somebody would be like, "What is this movie? I need to rent it." Like, yeah,
that's
every time.
awesome.
Yeah, what is this nightmare fuel? Yeah. I was never a Dark Crystal person. Like it was never my jam.
Watched that all like since I was a little kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too. I had it on my beta actually.
Beta.
Recorded. Yeah.
One time, and they were all very disturbed by it. I'm surprised they didn't get fired for that, but
we're like I would say we're approaching hour 2. So
yeah.
This is a good place to wrap it up because this has been an awesome chat.
Only an hour and a half.
Yeah. We also literally could do this all night. Too.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun.
I probably need to eat dinner.
Before we go, tell everybody where they can get at you on social media, where they can, get info on the store and all that.
Yeah. Everybody can follow the store Nightmare Toys on all social media. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube because you can watch our Nightmare podcast on that and my live show on that as well. And then we're on Snapchat, TikTok. I mean, we're on everything.
I do enjoy your guys' Instagram reels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say something about the reels really quick?
Yeah.
So the ones where we're saying opinions about movies, those are just jokes. And everybody is taking them very seriously and like cussing us out and stuff and being mean.
Really?
It's like, yo,
people are being mean on the internet.
I know, right? Yeah, go look when we get off. Go look on our Instagram and look at the one we did yesterday on Killer Clowns and see the comments. It's insane. But if everybody would read what we actually wrote, it says, honestly, guys, we love Killer Clowns. We wrote that on there, but no one's reading that part of it. and if anybody follows me, everybody knows I love Killer Clowns. So it's just a joke. It's just something funny for people to interact and stuff. That's the opinion post. Then I have my manager Brian doing a lot of the product posts, and he's funny, and I love Brian. He's my best friend, and so he's doing a lot of the product posts and stuff though too. But anyway, just wanted to put that out there that the opinion post. We don't
lighten up. It's a joke.
Posting. Yeah. We do not believe what we're posting, everybody. Chill out. It's to get everybody to talk, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. That's a very mean thing right here. It says this guy probably loves Halloween Ends. That's the meanest thing.
There is just no call for that type of thing.
I had someone tag me and go, Nightmare Kristy, whoever posted this, please fire them. Yo, come on. We love Killer Clowns. They're in our bathroom. They're painted on our bathroom and the bathroom walls and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's a Killer Clown on the outside painted on Nightmare Cafe. Shorty's on the outside. I mean, come on. But anyway, yes, Nightmare Toys, you can follow on all of that. And then my personal Nightmare Kristy, I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and then I have my little naughty accounts too.
Go check her out.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for talking with us tonight. Like I said, this has been so much fun.
Yeah, this was a blast.
So much fun. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. We've been Big Dumb Monsters. We still are Big Dumb Monsters.
We will always be Big Dumb Monsters.
That is true. We'll throw our socials real quick.
You can find us on our website, www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com. We are on Facebook at Big Dumb Monsters Pod. We are on Slasher, the all horror social network. It's a great place to be. Find a lot of like-minded folks. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast there. And you can also find us on Steam sometimes playing video games. Not a lot, but Big Dumb Monsters.
Occasionally. We are also on Instagram at big_dumb_monsters. You can also find us on Threads at that handle. Come check out our YouTube channel at Big Dumb Monsters. Like some videos, comment, subscribe while you're there. Yeah. We are also on Twitch at Big Dumb Monsters. We usually stream every Saturday night, although this week we are all over the calendar.
Like every day but.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna get a whole lot of us this week.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna be back Sunday night, actually. We mentioned this earlier. We're gonna be talking with Matthew Taylor, who played Nemesis in Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Yep.
And next week we will be at Saratoga Comic-Con. Come check us out. Stop by the table. I will be hosting some panels. Gonna be talking with Eric Roberts on Saturday, and then doing the horror panel on Sunday. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. We got a lot going on this week.
Yeah, y'all do. Sounds fun.
Yeah. This is on top of real jobs. Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. But yeah, no, thank you one more time. This has been so much fun. And thank you everybody who stopped by and watched the show tonight.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take us out.